Hi everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Elle, and in today's video, I'm going to give y'all a tour of my save file planner for Notion. So as the name suggests, this template is for those who are wanting to plan out a save file for The Sims 4 as well as track their progress. So this is the main page, the dashboard, and I did make this little sim profile card. I don't really know how to explain it, but I love having personalization in any template that I use. But I just thought it was super cute. And then right under there is the quick actions. So this will make more sense once we go on a little bit later in the tour. But these are just, again, quick actions that you can do if you want to add a save lot, create sim, create household, or add a creator. And then down here, we have all of the worlds in The Sims, and they even come with their own progress bars. And if you continue to scroll down, then we have our in progress section. So any lots or sims that you have marked as in progress will show up. And then right under that is demographics. If you want to see how many sims of a certain gender you have, you can see that here. You can see sim types, so like sim, vampire, mermaid, life stage, and then what career they have as well. So that is it for the dashboard. And of course, the first place we're going to go to is the world section. I do have some examples for Del Sol Valley. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Del Sol Valley. And then this is the world page. So each world has its own page. It looks basically the same. It has the same layout and everything. It comes with a world map, and these world maps are from the very talented Felipe Sims. So I did download them and then I just edited it with the lot sizes because I don't know about y'all, but that actually really helps me when I'm planning a save file. So we have the world map and then we have inspo location. So you can just put in there exactly what you want the world to kind of resemble. And then we also have the description for the world as well. And then we have an inspo board. And in here, you can just basically add any images that you want that remind you of the world that you're trying to create. And then under that, we have the lots section. And so you can see here, we have all of the neighborhoods in that world listed. So you can definitely work on the lots by neighborhood, or you can also just click on this drop down that says all lots, and this will show all of the lots in that world regardless of neighborhood. So you can kind of pick and choose how you want to do it, or you could do a combination of both. So we have lot name, size, lot place, lot type if it uses CC, if any households live in that lot, the original lot name, and then of course the neighborhood, and then files and media. And this is for when you view this in gallery mode. So most of the databases do have a list view and a gallery view. So if I click on here, it's going to show me just the pictures. And of course, all of these are empty, but I did fill this one out. So as long as you fill out this files and media section, you should be able to see the pictures on the gallery. So again, totally up to you. I tried to make this so people can basically do whatever they want and set it up however they would like. The neighborhoods also come with their own progress bars as well. And the progress bars feed from whenever you mark a lot as done. So if I click on not started, it'll go ahead and put it back to 0%. But let's first go into the neighborhood page. And I'm going to go on Starlight Boulevard because as you can see, I've just put some examples in there. And so for each neighborhood, you will have a screenshot, like a closer up screenshot of that part of the map. And then as well as a description of the neighborhood. We also have the inspo board again. And then this is something that's different. So we have a household outline and then a lot type outline. So this is basically a brain dump, like anything that you're thinking about. Maybe you want a certain type of household living here. Maybe you want a certain type of lot to be here. This is basically just planning out what you would like in the neighborhood without having to like commit to anything. Then this is actually my favorite part of the whole planner. So as I started planning my save file, I was honestly getting so overwhelmed with all of the lots out there and having so many options that I wanted and different lists. Like I have so many screenshots of lots. I have like a Pinterest boards. I have some on Notion. Like, I've just been putting them everywhere. So this will actually break down what lots you have saved that either correspond with that world or are of the lot type that you would like that you have not placed yet. So for this example, I have my build DSV Eco Sky Airport. So this view, you can see here, it's filtered by world. So you don't have to change anything on this part. If you want to do the by lot type, then you will have to mess around with the filters a little bit, but it is easy to do that. So you'll just click on filter and then this will pop up, and then lot type library. You would just go in and select whatever lot type that you're looking for. So I believe I have the airport as a cafe. So I'm going to click on cafe and take off library, and then it'll pop up on there. So let's say in this neighborhood, you really want to put down a cafe, but you have so many different cafes and they're saved all over the place. We'll just add them to that database, and we will go through the database in a bit. But then you can just filter by lot type, and all of the ones that are available that, again, you have not placed yet, because you can see here that there is a filter that it will only show you the ones that are unchecked, meaning that you haven't placed it yet. Again, this might not make sense. We'll go over it in the database, but this is my most favorite feature for this. Right under that, we have the lots table again. So this is basically the same as the one that we saw on the worlds page. It has the same information and everything. That is what a neighborhood page will look like. And then let's go back to the worlds page. And then we have households. So you'll be able to see any households you have and any Sims you have. Also, these databases are linked together. So let's say, for example, if I was in the Starlight Boulevard one and I did something on the lots table on that page, it'll also show up on here. It's the exact same database. They're just on different pages. So it does sync up. And with the household, you can add households onto here. So I can do new page, and then it'll automatically mark it as Del Sol Valley because I am on the Del Sol Valley page. And you can go ahead and fill out this information. Same thing with Sims. We can add a page here. It'll mark it as Del Sol Valley and not started. And so that is basically the tour of the Notion planner. But now I do want to go over the different databases, and the world's database we don't really need to go over. It's literally just looks like this. Neighborhoods. So I did leave a comment here. You do not need to edit any of these columns aside from files and media if you would like to change the neighborhood pictures. If you would like to change that, you definitely can, but we shouldn't need to edit anything on here unless you're adding neighborhoods if like a new pack comes out. And now going to EA lots. So we have status, lot name, size, lot type, CC, lot place, original lot, world, neighborhood, households, and files and media. So in this lot name section, this is where you're going to rename the lot if you would like. Now moving on to Sims. So we have name, type, gender, life stage, career, and then world and households, as well as a portrait of them. And I did make a template for Sims. So let's go ahead and add, I'm just going to put myself. And I'm going to click on open, and then you can see the template here by clicking on new sim, and I'm going to open in a full page. And so this is the template I created. I know it looks like nothing right now, but it's because we need to put stuff in there. But you can put a headshot and then just more information about the sim. You could add even more if you would like, or delete, and then an about section, and then a mood board. And so again, I know this looks like nothing, so that's why I have a couple filled out already. So let's look at Valentina's. And so we have her picture here, we have her about, and then we have her mood board. And basically this is to help with planning. If you would like any type of pictures that you feel like, oh, this is what she looks like, or this is the type of stuff that she likes, this is her vibe, you would go ahead and add the pictures in here. And I even have a little note here on how to add it. But yeah, definitely have fun with this. You can even change the colors of this if you want. Like her color is red. She loves the color red. So you can definitely change it however you would like. And if you ever want to edit this template, so let me create another of me. Let's just name this L1. We'll do open, and then where it says new sim, you'll just click on over here on these three dots where it says edit this template. and then edit, and then it'll pull up the template, and then you can go ahead and change it however you would like. And you of course do not have to use the template. I'll be honest, I'll probably not use it for every single sim, maybe just like the main sims that I know I'm going to play with. But as long as you have this information filled out, you will be good. It will show everything up on the gallery mode. Just remember that the photos that show in gallery mode are always tied to files and media column. Next, we have households. And this is kind of just a database to tie everything together. So we have the household name, and then just like in the other databases that we saw, this will only let us select pages. So since I have Valentina and Gemma created, it'll let me select those. You'll put those in there. They have occupied a lot. Then you can go ahead and click which lot they have occupied, what world they're living in, and then a picture of the household. And this one also has a gallery mode as well. Okay, now moving on to saved lots and builds. So I left a comment here: add lots and builds you find or create that you want to place in your save file. The world column is optional, but will help as it feeds into the saved lots table in each neighborhood. If placed, make sure to check mark as placed so it no longer shows as an option in the saved lots table. So this database is really good if you are on the search for lots and you need one place to just write every lot down. You'll fill out the name, lot size, lot type, if it has CC or not. You can put the creator, if it has a link. And then of course, again, this is optional, but you can put the world, and this is really, really helpful because it will show up on the neighborhoods page that we were looking at earlier. And then again, once you have placed a lot, just make sure to click this box. This will make it so it no longer shows up as an option unless you want it to show up as an option. So everything I just showed you, these are the database views, but you definitely don't have to use the database views to fill out all the information. You can fill out all of the information in each of the worlds pages or the neighborhood pages. These are just the databases that they feed from. So whenever you change anything in a different page, it will feed to this one as well. And then the last database, this is optional, but this is just a table for you to put any creators that you want to look into. So you put their name and then the type. You could do build or Sims or anything else for that matter. If they typically use CC or no CC, ID for the gallery, if they have a link, and then any notes. So again, completely optional, but I kind of like this just to kind of help keep everything together. This hopefully should make a little bit more sense to you now. If there's a lot that you found and you quickly just want to add it, you can go ahead and click on add saved lot, and then this page will pop up, and then you can just go ahead and fill it out. And then same thing with all the other ones. Okay, so that is a tour of my save file planner template for Notion. Planning a save file is really overwhelming, and so working world by world or neighborhood by neighborhood has just been a lot easier for me and a lot better for my brain. You can find the link for this template down in the description and also in my Patreon for free. So if you have any questions, if you run into any issues, or if you have a suggestion on something, definitely let me know in the comments, either on this video or the Patreon post, whichever, and I will try my best to help or look into the suggestion to see if it's something I can do. But yeah, I really hope this is helpful. Please make sure to like and comment. Let me know what you guys think, and I wish you luck on your save file.